why didn't the board 10 years ago move? We needed a jail 10 years ago. The board you were on didn't move forward on that. We needed a DSS building 10 years ago. The board you were on didn't move forward on that. Why weren't y'all moving forward on those things at that time?
Well, I mean, back then we were in a lot different financial situation. When I left the board, the fund balance was 25%. And so, one of the main things that was trying to be achieved was to get to that mid 30 percentile to get the AAA bond rating, because of, that makes the interest less on the debt. So, I mean, we were in a totally different financial situation than things are now, and I understand those are big projects and things that have to be done. But the other thing, with me is, like, if you're sitting on fund balance, and you need to do some of the small things that need to happen. I'll give you an example of something, and again, I'm a school person. I'm going to support the school system. I understand what you're saying. That increase is large, and, there's some questions to be looked at and answered for that. But when I was on the Board of Commissioners, just for that short period of time, again, it was only 9 months. So some of those things you're talking about, how they even have time to really get into.
Right. No, I understand. I mean, that board, even after you left, didn't do anything. Yeah. It wasn't until a couple years later that they started making some progress.
Right. But some of the things that I think that, in the interim, while you're trying to figure out some of those big projects, instead of that money just sitting there, utilizing it for some things that need to be utilized. I know one thing that we did when I was a commissioner before I left, Triple S, I don't know if you remember the debacle with the field house where it was mold, and so they had to tear it down.